Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. Today we are coming at you with a daily message, daily dice. For those of you that continue to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe, just know that I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. For those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it. We're going to find out what are the ancestor messages for today. So ancestors of highest light and love, what messages do you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know? Ancestors of highest light and love, what messages do you have for my fellow humans today? Okay, so we've got Virgo, we've got Uranus, and the 12th house energy coming through today. Okay. It's like there's a change here. There's something that's grounding into this physical reality that used to feel like very much an illusion to you, even though it was something that was very spiritual. Yeah, very spiritual by nature. And it feels like this is something that maybe you didn't believe yourself, right? Like, oh, I don't have those gifts, or I'm not that talented, or I don't have that much skill at something. And it's actually something that's been with you for many, many lifetimes. If you don't believe in that, it's just a natural talent that you have, that you've been gifted. And they're saying that this is something that has maybe caused a lot of disruption throughout your life. This has caused a lot of disharmony in your life. And it's not because of this gift. It's because of people's uncertainty when it comes to this gift. So you're triggering a fear among others, and it's not your fault. And that's what they want you to know here. But there's something that's radically changing, and it's like because your whole life, or because of when you found out about this, you've stayed very humbled and kind and compassionate, and you never grew arrogant because of it. You really have just opened up to curiosity when it comes to this. And it's like, what is this bringing to me? What does this mean for me? What do I get because of this? Not materialistically, but in a spiritual sense. How does this overall affect my well-being? How does this overall affect my heart? Is this what I really want in my heart of hearts, in my soul? And they're saying that you've been led to this place of just being very childlike endeavors with this, very curious, very open-minded, very wide-eyed with awe. And there's something here that's radically changing, something here that's opening up to a whole new experience where you're going to be given new insight in regards to this gift. It's like you going from beginners to the next level, right? But it's like going from beginner status to like expert level status overnight. But it's not really been overnight, has it? It's because it's been consistent. You've been consistently showing up, and it might seem like it's an overnight thing, but it's really not. It's just from all this time of you approaching it with a curious mind. And the more curious we are about the gifts that we have, and the more curious we are about the skills that we have, the more we open ourselves up to their truest potential. And so what's happening here is that you're letting go of the fear and the hurt and the pain and the suffering that maybe had been attached to this idea, or this talent, this gift, this psychic ability, whatever it might be. You're letting go of the pain and the fear that was attached to that. And in turn, you're allowing yourself to just open up to what could potentially be. And the ancestors are helping you with this at this time. They want you to know that there's nothing to be afraid of here, that you are truly protected, and that you've grown so much since the last time that this has really come up, and in a way that might be judged is what it feels like here. But letting go of the guilt and the shame for who you are, it's like a massive thing here. Okay, let's get some cards out. Let's see what comes through. Ancestors of highest light and love, what else would you like to say today in regards to this message? Okay, thank you. What else would you like to say in regards to this message? Yeah, this is something that's been hidden, and it's been a long time coming. So it feels like you've tapped in, and so what they're showing me is like a painter, right? Like if you're a painter and you've tapped into painting and it's something that you really enjoy and you mess up, but you have really good stuff too. It's like all of a sudden one day you're going to sit down, you're going to pull all your paints out and you're going to just create this masterpiece. It's just going to like flow out of you. And it's going to be this energy of, whoa, what just happened? What did I just do? It's because the creative energy of Source is flowing through you. It's because this is what you were always meant to be. This is always what you were meant to do. And there's no holding back now, right? There's no keeping you in a box. There's no longer this energy of being affected by what others feel about you. There's no longer this judgment from yourself, right? Because ultimately, no matter how another person feels about us, it's only how we ever feel about ourselves that really matters. So no one can keep us from doing anything that we desire. It's our fear that backs their opinion. That's something maybe we were telling ourselves all along. But it's like whatever that fear is, you're letting it go. Or whatever that harsh judgment is on yourself, you're letting it go and you're saying no more. Right? Yeah, we have the Page of Cups here on the bottom. It's just like a fresh start, an emotionally fulfilling fresh start. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it's going to be worth it. Like we have Justice coming out. Yes, I love this. And the Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy all together here. We have a lot of Libra energy on the table. We have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy with the Page of Cups here. But really fair. This is like a fair treatment from Source energy. This is because you survived the harsh times, right? The accusations, the judgment, the criticisms, even the ostracizing yourself. You survived all of that and you came back even stronger than before. And this resilience has created this sanctuary deep within that's a well pouring into your soul. It's a well that's pouring into your heart. And this is allowing you to speak the truth. Like if you look at this Queen of Swords, she's very iconic here, right? She's in this energy of just writing, but look, like everything is just flowing out of her. It's like her pen cannot move as fast as the ideas that are coming out of her. And that's exactly what this feels like. There's going to be something that opens up where it's suddenly just pouring out of you so fast. And it's because you let go of karmic cycles here, with the Justice being the number 8, especially from the Tarot Marseille. We're talking about those karmic cycles. We're talking about those situations that are repeat. What goes around comes around. But ultimately, when we ask to heal our karma, we're asking to let go of those hardships that continue to find a foothold in our lives. And to heal from that means that you open yourself up to your own true potential. Okay, and that's what it feels like here. Be rid of your energy or your enemies with Secretary Bird. Yeah. And you know what's interesting about this card coming out is it feels like also being rid of your own worst enemy, which oftentimes is yourself. And we don't often want to acknowledge that, right? Many times we're like, oh, it's Sue down the street, or it's Billy who can't stand me, or it's Bob who messed up my life, or it's Lorraine who did this, or whatever it was, right? It's always someone outside of ourselves that we're trying to say is our worst enemy. And it's not to say that you don't have haters. It's not to say that you don't have people who are jealous of you, but what ends up happening is that we become our own worst enemies, not knowing, because we really believe in a sense that what these other people are saying about us behind our back is somewhat true. And when you release yourself of that burden, that's when this is going to happen. And the ancestors are trying to help you here. Profit through learning and observation. And they want you to observe yourself here. Okay? Observe your actions, observe where you're coming from, observe what's going on with your life here and where you're at. Let's see what else. What would you like to say, ancestors? Okay, that one and that one. Yeah, we have Chiron on the bottom. Hurt and heal. The wounded healer is coming out, right? This is one of your biggest wounds. This is one of your biggest hurts. It's like, oh, no, I can't do that. I don't think I could handle the rejection if someone, said something awful about my gift or about my talent or my skill, right? It's this feeling of like, being completely diminished or falling completely apart if someone were to come through and say something awful about your ability coming out, right? I keep hearing that Macklemore, there's like a line in a Macklemore song and he says, I'm sensitive about my shiznit. That's not what he said, but you know what I mean, right? And that's what it feels like, that sensitivity that's connected to it, because you're very much emotionally involved in it, which is fine. That's absolutely okay. You should be emotionally involved in those things because they're somewhat of a passion. This feels like a very deep passion here. This feels like something finally coming to light. Like, it's like, this is what I wanted all along and now it's here. But it's only coming because of you choosing to cut out people, thoughts, belief patterns that just aren't serving you. It's like recognizing that it's okay for you to seek solace in yourself and to seek justice for yourself as well. Freedom from people who aren't on the same level as you, but also freedom from yourself, right? Sometimes we're the ones who build the house of cards, not realizing we can sneeze and it all just falls apart. We have cardinal energy here, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. So either you have Libra highly aspect in your chart, or Libra's season is going to be a huge change for you, huge transformation. I know it's a couple months away at the time of recording this, but you're looking at this energy of just a shift into balance and harmony and fairness in your life. And then we have Mars with move forward and defend self. Exactly. It's like you're learning to defend yourself, but I keep coming back to, it feels like the ancestors are showing me like you're defending yourself from yourself. So it's like if suddenly you're sitting in silence and you hear like a really negative thought and you start talking to yourself and you're like, wait, hold on. Where did that come from? And then, you know, the emotional ego is, well, because so-and-so said this, or because this happened, or because no one accepts us, or because, and you start to listen to your emotional ego and you're like, okay, you know, I get it. And you have a valid reason to feel that way, but that's an illusion. And we know that that's an illusion because look at the proof of XYZ. And it's like, because you're reasoning with your ego and showing your ego proof, then your ego has nothing to do but to surrender to the spirit. That's what's happening here. And so what's next for you, the ancestors want to bring out, is that you're being rid of your enemies. But again, the enemy here, really feel like this is a like I'm hearing self-mutilation in the way of spirit, right? Like it's just self-judgment, self-criticism, self-loathing even. But you're getting rid of whatever your worst enemy is here, and you're coming into a place of truly being able to pour out your thoughts and your experiences, and whatever it is that's bubbling inside of you to be expressed is now coming into freedom of expression for you here, okay? This is actually very incredible reading. I really love this. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little Joker card down below the emoji and say, I rid myself of who I thought was my enemies, or even myself of being my own enemy, and I relish in the truth of my own true potential. Leave me a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you felt like this resonated. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can always email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you for your continued support here. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this here and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to give a shout out to the ancestors for coming through to give us this message. I want to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, angel source, and my guides for coming through to give us this message as well. And until next time, stay human. Bye.